looking at day 3 on the PCT. I just stayed at Boulder Oaks Campground, which was a very nice little campground. Wonderful smelling toilets. I'm still jet lagged apparently, because I've pretty much been awake since 4. What's we got going on? So I got to meet Miss Tammy, which was a volunteer that was hanging out there. Super helpful for mapping out water carries and just how to handle Mount Laguna and the kind of terrain up there. It looks like a lot in a national forest that does not allow camping for like 16 miles. Still feeling really good, surprisingly. I just recalling the AT being so dead beat after like days, but it's really the hiking is not as treacherous as the AT is. The water's like biggest thing, I think, on everybody's minds out here. Making sure you have enough to get to the next source, and then with the heat, not overdoing it and hurting yourself. In these really hot days, starting to fall into a pattern of hiking till no later than 12, resting for 4 hours, and then hiking out the rest of the day into the evening if necessary. So, and I we heard from Tammy, the park maintainer, that there's a small little desert rabbit that likes to cuddle with cowboy campers. So Emma and I put our sleeping bags out where the little rabbit likes to hang out, getting the more preferential spot, to be honest. I was a little bit back, but we tried, and no rabbit, unfortunately. No friends, but it's all good. What else? Yeah, it was fucking brutal. Even after 4 p.m., it was still just hot as dickens out there. So I think today, since I'm going to be stopping at a little bit of a drier spot at 6 miles, my plan is to bring enough water. I'll probably cook one of my ramen noodles to get another kind of soupy calorie load in, and then push on. Kind of on the fence, like, it actually looks like a pretty good town to zero. There's a nice hostel with a cafe, but considering I spent $47 on 3 tuna packets, a plate of fries, and a milkshake, I'm definitely getting hit hard by the prices out here in these more rural spots. So I have the budget to stop, but in my mind, if it's like I don't really need to, and looking like as well, looking at the snowpack, we are looking to have a very, very season up in the Sierras. I think we might be on track to be able to enter at the end of May if no more snow falls. That's how hot and dry it's been this season, as you've been hearing me bitch about the last few days. And that being said, it's like not really feeling like I need to zero. Why would I when I can kind of just Nero, if that makes sense? Where my head's at right now. Not being able to camp for like that mile stretch does kind of a little bit complicated. It almost feels like I'm getting forced into doing a camp setup. But I knew this was going to happen as soon as I left camp, and those beautiful pit toilets that smelled so good. Now I gotta poop. Literally the game out here in this heat. So we're literally trying to avoid the sun as much as possible. It's so brutal and intense. That's why we get up so early and then chill for anywhere from 4 to 6 hours. Unless you're 19, then you can just push through it. But I'm playing smart. Man, look at these prickly bears. Anyways, it's pretty wild out here. This is a different kind of hiking, but hopefully it's gonna cool off next week. At least I think that the worst is behind us after today. So like a prime example, right now this morning I'm walking along the western edge, I guess, of this mountain. And you can see that the sun is just overhead. So I'm within the shade for now. But I know that if I started an hour later, oh my God, would have been bad. So this is the kind of games you have to play out here. It's so interesting. Totally different kind of heat.